How do you attract top talent? How do you create a message, put it out there in the world, and make it so compelling that the right people who have the exact skill set that you're looking for and they're aligned culturally with your vision, how do you get those people to start beating a track to your door? It all starts with how well you can articulate the role you're looking to fulfill and the person who you're looking to fulfill it. It all starts with your job description. Hello, tech people. My name is Garik Tate, and I am the co-founder of Valhalla.team, and I have hired literally hundreds of team members across almost a dozen companies now. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the best practices that I've learned in writing a fantastic job description. I'm going to be sharing with you the tips and tricks that I use in my current companies to attract top talent. And best of all, I'm going to be sharing with you the exact prompts you can be using in ChatGPT so that you can be replicating our historic results with a fraction of the effort. Let's dive in. So let's break down the problem of how do you write a great job description? And more importantly, how do you write it in the age of AI, where if you can ask the right questions, you can get the right answers? Well, I like to think of it this way. These are the ingredients I think of when writing a great job description. I think about the salary and the benefits. I think about the company's description. I think about the qualifications for the role, as well as the roles and responsibilities associated. And then I think about how to package the whole thing into a package with compelling copy. So what am I going to show you today? I am going to assume that you do not have any of these. I'm going to assume that you are looking to fulfill a new role in your company and you're just getting started. So what I'm going to show you is how to do market research into the salary that you're looking for. I'm going to give you a series of examples of potential company benefits you already provide that you might not be leveraging enough. I'm going to show you how to create a company description using ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you how to also use ChatGPT to generate a first draft of the qualifications you're looking for and the roles and responsibilities. Let's dive in, starting off with getting a reasonable market price for the salary of the position you're looking to fulfill. All right, so there are two ways that you can do this. The first way I'm going to show you is the easy way, followed by a second way, which is going to take a little more effort, but is a way that we do it in our business. But first, let's get started here. I'm on Indeed.com. There's other websites that are like Indeed. This is a job posting platform, but we like to use Indeed. It's one of the biggest job sites out there, and it's a great resource for finding the salary of the position, or the average salary of the position you're looking to fulfill. So first, if you go to Indeed.com/worldwide, you'll see a list of countries. Let's pick, let's go with just the classic Silicon Valley. Let's say United States. Click on Find Salaries here. And then in whatever city that you are looking to hire from, it might just be remote, at which point you could just do the whole of the United States. But let's say that you're hiring from somewhere specific. Let's say New York. And then type in the role you're looking to fulfill. I'm going to use the example product manager in today's video. Search. So what you see here after you do that search is you can see the average base salary. You can adjust it per year, per month, whatever. And also very helpfully, you get a pretty good range of what the salaries look like for this role. Now, often in my companies, I like to do a second deep dive, especially if it's a new role that we're hiring for. And that second deep dive looks a little bit something like this. So what we do is we search for the role underneath Discover Jobs, and we look at real examples of real companies that are actually hiring for the role. Because while what's provided here is a good average, I personally find it's just very helpful to be looking at real job ads to get a real sense of what is a reasonable salary to be offering. So looking through here, I start getting a better feel for what it is we're looking at the most common ranges. Now, the reality is very often I'm not the one to be browsing through this site. Instead, I ask a assistant to be building a report for me. The report is very simple. It looks a little bit something like this, just showing the job title with the link to that particular job role, the salary, as well as a company associated. Typically, I'll look at between 30 to 50 different examples and just get a little bit of feel for it that way. If that seems like a lot of work, or else you want to have a assistant to be doing it very quickly, I would recommend this app right here called Browse.ai. Browse.ai is a good little software tool to scrape web data for things like this. I might be doing a future video on Browse AI and how we use it in processes like this. But for now, let's move on to the next ingredient you're going to be looking for when creating a great job description. So the next ingredient to writing a fantastic job description is to write a fantastic description of your company. What is it that you stand for? What is it that you do? Why should people come to work for you? Now, I'm going to assume that you already have thought about this question at least a little bit. What entrepreneur hasn't? I'm going to assume that you already have some thoughts around a vision, a mission, around your values, but maybe you don't have it packaged yet in a way that you're super comfortable is going to attract the right talent to your company. If so, keep watching. But if you already have, feel free to skip to the next part of the video. Now, we're going to be using ChatGPT for this, and stick around till the end of the video to see how you can get access to these exact same prompts so that you can use them just by copy and pasting. But let's start. The very first prompt I do is a prompt that is telling ChatGPT how it's going to respond, how I'm expecting it to behave. And let's use ChatGPT 4, though this would work marginally as well if you use ChatGPT 3.5. So the very first prompt I have here is, you will act as a copywriter in the recruitment department of our business. You specialize in writing persuasive copy. Your personality type is creative, charismatic, natural, concise, and persuasive. Punch that in. And then we're going to punch in the second description, or I should say the second prompt. This prompt is the following. And we're just going to ignore this while it chats up there. Write a compelling description of my company name for employees to understand what we do. Our company vision is blank. Our company's mission is blank. Our company values are blank. We serve blank in the blank industry by providing blank. Let's get started. Here is what that looks like if it's actually filled in. Write a compelling description of my business, Valhalla.team, for employees to understand what we do. Our company vision is 500 successful companies, each one making a positive impact on humanity. Our company's mission is, we exist to accelerate innovation towards a sustainable future by amplifying the impact of purpose-driven tech companies. Our company values are self-awareness, responsibility, self-growth, and camaraderie. We serve tech companies in the software industry by providing team augmentation and consulting services. Punch that in, and then wait for it to respond. It's done. Let's take a look at what it created. Yeah, looking pretty good. At this point, I can ask to modify it in any one of a number of ways. For instance, I can ask to rewrite this in the voice of a goofy startup. We call ourselves ninjas. Or you can say rewrite it as a Fortune 500 company, or really in any voice that you want. No matter how you rewrite it, and I'm thinking this is already looking pretty good, you always want to close out with another prompt asking to shorten it. So here I'm going to say, ask ChatGPT to rewrite it in a one-paragraph description. Looking good. All right, now let's take this, bring it all together into a fantastic job description. So now let's bring it all together. What I'm showing you here is a Notion template that you can find the download link in the description below. And this lays out all the different prompts that we're going to be using in this video and that we already have. In fact, before, when we were walking through the creation of the job description, all of that can be found here in step 1. But we're going to be moving into step 2, actually writing the JD now. So this just lays out a series of prompts. The very first one is made to, once again, prime ChatGPT so that it's aware about what it should be doing for the next step. So here I have, what are the best practices to writing a good job description that's compelling, short, and clear? Once again, really emphasizing shortness because ChatGPT has this tendency to go overboard. So I'm going to paste that in while that's being loaded. Let's talk about the next section. So the way this Notion document works is that every area here that is underlined or blank is an area where you can fill in with your own details. What we did is we color coded it so that some of these areas, like green, correspond to up here, an area where you can copy and paste some of the template examples that we filled in. I think this is going to make a little more sense if we dive right into it for the version that exists for Valhalla. So let's dive into that. So what I have here is the prompt saying, following those principles. Once again, those principles are the ones that it's going to output from this prompt here. In fact, I think here it's already done. So writing that, following those principles, write a job description for my company in the style of, and here it is. I think I'm going to change it from goofy, though. I'm going to change it to, let's try visionary. Let's see what it looks like with that. I'm going to emphasize, highlight this, paste over it. And just to keep consistency for this video, I'm just going to color code again, so that's done. All right. So have that in. The rest of the prompt goes, for the position of product manager, make it easy to read and use bullet points. Information about the company is as follows. And then here we input the company name. We input a company description for the company. This was generated also using ChatGPT. We had the job compensation that we chose based off of market rates. Here I have roles and responsibilities are basically just industry standard, and qualifications are industry standard with 7 years of experience. One note here is that maybe you don't want to just have industry standard qualifications or industry standard roles and responsibilities. In that case, in the template here, we included a little note by default. Now, you can just get rid of this if you would like we did in our version. But if you want to add some extra details, we have a note here of but include, and the idea here is what you can do is you can sub-bullet point and add in additional roles and responsibilities, like take out the trash, create mock-ups, whatever it is for your company. And if you're having stuck thinking about some roles and responsibilities, well, for that, I would actually encourage you to go to ChatGPT and type in what are the common roles and responsibilities for XYZ. But if you're more comfortable seeing what we came up with here, we have a list of roles and responsibility examples and qualification examples for developers, product managers, CTOs, designers, project managers, UI UX designers, and testers. So that might be helpful. But from there, going to the next step of the prompt, company benefits include blank. Here we gave a list of examples of things that you might have in your company for company benefits. And then we come to the call to action. Every good job description, like all copy, needs to have a clear and compelling call to action, tells people exactly what you're expecting them to do next. There are two fundamental calls to action in most job descriptions, either asking them to email you their resume or to apply by filling out a form. So with that, let's now see what it comes up with when we try this out with this pre-filled prompt. I'm going to paste this in here. Looking good to me. Product manager, visionary. All right, press enter, and let's see what it comes up with. And there we have it. A fully written job description laying out exactly what people can expect from the role and is written in a compelling way to attract top talent. From here, you can customize this however you want with follow-up questions, asking to rewrite it in different voices or in different sizes. Note that in ChatGPT 3.5, I find it writes very good copy, but that it very often doesn't follow the exact letter of the instructions provided to it, while ChatGPT 4 does a better job with specific instructions. So if you ask to make it a certain specific length or to include certain keywords in it, it will often do a better job at things like that. And there we have it. If you want the tools and resources I mentioned in this video, click the link in the description down below. And on top of giving you access to all of the tools and resources shown in this video, it will also help you diagnose the areas in your product development that can be improved. My name is Garik Tate. Thanks for watching. Right now, the AIs, they are generic in their knowledge. They've been trained on pretty much 10% of the internet, so they've mastered almost every field under the sun.